Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday, the 11th of July, 2020. This is July. Every single day for this calendar month, I will be live on this YouTube channel at this time. No time constraints here any longer. We're just streaming for as long as we damn well please for the month of July. This is a program that was designed and thought of, concept by Danny Black. I'm going to put props to the man in the chat again, as I do every stream. If you want to go and give him some love, his channel is in the chit chat right now. He came up with this concept, the idea of taking the word live, adding it to July, and making Julive. That's his concept. So I'm going to pay respects to him, even though he doesn't do it anymore. He did it the first year. It's been 2 years. It's been 3. This is the third year of Julive. He did the first year, and I'm doing second year and this year, and pretty stoked to be here today on the stream. It is a 10th stream. This would be my 120th stream, 150th. It's in the description. I think it's 120th stream, I think. Either way, every 10 streams we open a special bottle of Jack. Well, hello, Jackski, right behind me. We'll get to that momentarily, but I like these 10th streams because usually it happens every 10 weeks, right? Because we normally do a weekly stream on YouTube, but because of Julive, we're doing daily. So we did an opening 10 days ago, and after today, it'll be 10 more days or 9 more days until we do another opening. It's a good chance for me to dress up in my beautiful green shirt. I love this. Is like the Jack shirt, right? And I get to wear my father's cufflinks, and I feel really good on these streams. Feel really good. In the chit chat, let's go back up and address the conversating that's been happening. This one began with Tim saying hello world, and Mindy, hello Tim, and then I jumped in. Mind you, I was just about to hop into a shower at that point, so I didn't stick around for too long. But Mindy did say she's getting barbecue for dinner tonight, so I'll kind of be in and out of the stream. Understood. Isn't that a strange saying? Here in Australia, we would say, we're having a barbecue tonight. Whereas Mindy said, I'm getting barbecue. See, barbecue is the thing that cooks the meat. Yet, we as Australians refer to the act of, oh no, we call it barbecuing. We're having a barbecue tonight. We're having a Barbie, mate. We're having a Barbie. We're having the actual thing that cooks the food. We're having the Barbie. Yeah. Just seeing that expression, I'm getting barbecue. You're going to go out and buy barbecue, or you're going to buy barbecued meat. You see what's going on? Tim, hey Mindy, and I'm Benon. There you go. Barbecue will be great with this Jack. It would be. This Jack right now, today, folks. Well, I don't want to blow the steam here, but it's pretty exciting. I'll just blow a little bit of steam. This is a new recipe of Jack Daniels. The first time they've changed their recipe in 150 freaking years. Whoopsie! Lost my cufflink there. Yeah, the first time that they've altered their recipe in 100 since Prohibition. Well, I don't want to. That was kind of going to be my big thing when we get to the Jack, and now I've just blown it. Mindy says, I've been thinking of all kinds of beautiful areas to get 12 minutes of video. Now, what's she referring to there? We've got this thing on the IRL content, streaming from Stevan, where I'm going to need a break between what I'm streaming and setting up a separate stream, a separate scene. And so when that happens, I've put the call out for a 10-minute piece from anybody. I'm going to start it. I actually shot some stuff yesterday just of the scenery, the ocean. But I put the call out for the givers to supply whatever they damn well please. It's like an introduction to your area or just some scenes from your local area. We'll put a little ticker at the bottom explaining what it is. Put a link in the chat to your channel. And that's what Mindy's talking about. She's looking forward to going out and getting footage for it. Yeah. So there we go. That's when I bumped out. And then Shyla Rose swung into the chit chat. Good to see you, Shyla Rose. Good morning. Good morning. And by the way, the Jack we're opening today on the stream was supplied by Shyla Rose. Thank you very much, Shyla. She got this at the end of last year in a advent calendar. Jack Daniels brought out a advent calendar, which you open up a particular doorway each day of the month of December. And I think there were 4 of these in there. And so I don't know, either Charlotte, you had it and you didn't like it, or you didn't, or you knew you wouldn't like it, so you gave it to me. But either way, she sent me 4 of them, which is going to come in handy because we're going to open 2 of them on the stream today and 1 on the D Live later on. But there you go, yeah. Everyone's saying good morning. Hendrik's in the house. Good morning, Hendrik. Is this morning or is this still evening for you, man? I feel like we could be still in the evening time for Hendrik. I think this could still be his rollover from the night before. Good to see you, Hendrik. Cheers, my friend. That cheers is for you. I don't often do cheeses on the YouTube, but that one slid out. But what do you do when you buy it? The meat. So we cook it on the barbecue. The idea of, like, I know what you're saying. You're trying to say, do you barbecue the meat, or do you boil the meat, or do you simmer the meat? What I know what you're saying. To like different cooking concepts or different cooking processes, and barbecuing is one of them. We just don't, as Australians, we just don't say that. Even though we're the guys that do this the best in the world. Arguably, the barbecue is the Aussie thing, right? But we just don't say it. We just don't say I'm barbecuing. We do, but we just don't say like you said. I'm going out to get barbecue tonight. I'm going out to get barbecue tonight. We would not say that. We would not. Aero Gamer, that deserves a cheers. Good to see you, Aero Gamer. How are you, man? All the way in Victoria there. G'day, Aero Gamer. Charlotte Rose, I've never tasted it. Saved you. Okay, interesting. So you never tasted it, Charlotte. Very interesting. Well, I appreciate you swinging it my way. Hendrik, it's morning. Trouble sleeping. So you couldn't sleep in tonight this morning. You couldn't sleep in, so you just got up and out of bed. Gotcha. Folks, that's the bottom of the chat, so let's bring that up on the screen so we can all play along. Good to see you up there in the chat, folks. Just in regards to one comment from Tim, I am not going to be addressing... I mean, so how can I address it without addressing it? That's the dilemma here, right? Yesterday we had a very unique form of trolling on the D Live, and I know I've come out and said this probably. I feel like this is now a broken record. I'm repeating myself, but that was an amazing troll. But yesterday was definitely one of the most unique trolls I've ever seen. I mean, here we are. I guess I got to explain it. I got to play into it, but I don't want to make a thing of it, except that this was thing worthy. I think this is like, again, it's confusing, it's baffling, but the level that this one went to was totally unique. So for those that weren't there and those that didn't see it, on my D Live stream, we're playing along, having a great time, chit-chatting, this and that. I get a couple of follows. One of them, a handle, Bexy McFly. Now, as soon as I see it, I'm like, huh. And I looked closer at the avatar and I was like, wow. I mean, you can't see Jack with this tiny little thing, right? But I looked at it and I was like, huh. And instantly I got like a transport, like a click back to a previous life where this, by the way, this handle, Bexy McFly, an ex-girlfriend of mine from like 2001, 2002, I think. No, it can't be that. It must be 2003 when I began graphic design. I'd have to. I got loads and loads of tapes of her. I got to go back and look at the dates, I suppose. But so this handle came in, and I was immediately like, I went on to the kind of approach where I'm now talking to my ex-girlfriend. And by the way, she's not someone I've thought about in a long time. That relationship was kind of, it sounds crazy, but it does sound stupid, but she was the most beautiful woman in the building I worked at, like hands down. She was like a knockout. And I guess a lot of my curiosity with her was simply based upon her extreme good looks. She turned out to be a pretty nasty person, to be honest, but the beauty that she had like was very, very enticing, and I fell for it. Right, I've completely fell for the spell of her outward appearance. I'll tell you a quick story here. I recall before we got together, I remember going. So there's different levels. There's levels of this shit. I remember there were different levels in this. We worked in Liverpool Street in the city, 175 Liverpool Street, and it's a big, tall, high-rise building, the AMP building, right opposite Hyde Park. If you know the Hyde Park Memorial in Sydney, corner Elizabeth and Liverpool. Anyway, so I was on one level. We were both working for Census, but she was working under the Trading Post, which was another separate sort of publication that Census owned. I was working in the Yellow Pages. So this was when I began graphic design. I started there as essentially data entry. What do they call it? Data entry? ADS, but what did it stand for? Advertising Data Specialist. That was the fancy name for data entry at that place. So I started there as an ADS, and we were supplying the text, like the copy, to the graphic artists who would then put the artwork together and the copy to make the Yellow Pages ad. Again, not a very cool graphic design role because you're kind of limited to what you can and can't do. But that gave me, when I moved into that ADS role, I was like, well, I want to become an artist. I want to move into that better role. And so I worked my way up that chain, and I went and studied graphic design and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, she was on another level, but I used to see her in the elevators, and I saw her swipe card was, because that was a building shared by other people, and I saw her swipe card was also a Census swipe card. So I was instantly curious about who this beautiful, beautiful blonde girl, right? I was instantly attracted, and I wanted to know more about her. So I used to go up to her level just to go and talk to. There used to be some graphic artists on her level as well, and she was doing she was doing Trading Post, and there was some Yellow Page crew up there, and I used to just happen to go up there. And eventually, when I became by the way, this is a pretty cool story. I'm enjoying telling this. When I eventually passed my studies, I became a graphic designer. I did move into the graphic arts role in Census, and they opened up a new publication. It was called Near Me. And it was like a local guide to your area. And they asked me, they said, dude, you've just finished your studies as a graphic artist. We've already seen you as an ADS. We've already seen you as they call the artist. Yeah, the artist. They call them the artist. We've seen you as we've seen you as an ADS. We've seen you as and I moved into the SME role. So I was a subject matter expert of the graphic artist. So I was managing a team of artists. That's right. I forgot about that. Shit. I don't know why they gave me that role. I guess because I studied and I had that sort of thing going, but they gave me this role as an SME. And then they said, dude, did you want to work on this magazine? It'd be really good for you, for your graphic design skills, to move into literally laying out a magazine. I was like, hell yeah. What level it's on? On level 9. I was like, seriously? I was like, I mean, yeah, I'd love that chance because that's the level Beck was on. I was like, fuck, I'm going to be on the same level. That means I'll see her in the kitchens and shit. So I moved up to that level and I started working on the magazine. Just me and one other guy and a head artist. So 3 people working on a magazine. And sure enough, Beck was in the other wing, like the north wing, or where I was on the south wing or whatever. And we'd have to meet in the kitchens and stuff. And we got flirting and it kind of like sparked up something. It was pretty clear that I was interested, and I think she was sort of receptive. I recall one time going into the kitchen and what was the saying? She said she was getting breakfast, and I was trying to say what she was having. Like I was stuck for words. I was trying to say, "Oh, you're having," and I was trying to say porridge or something, and whatever it was, I was like, "You're having oats," something like that. It was something so stupid, right? It was like I just couldn't get the word out because I was super nervous about her because she was. I mean, I thought she was a 12 out of 10, right? Like knockout. And the whole building thought that too. And when it became clear that we'd sort of hooked up, people were like, you were with Beck? What? When did that happen? Like, yeah, I guess I don't know. Look, it turns out it wasn't all as good as it sounded, right? She was, well, you know, I don't want to dig too deep into it. But anyway, so what happened in the D live stream? She turns up. Right, and I'm looking at the handle and at the avatar, and I'm going, "It's definitely her. It's totally her." And I was like, I had to pause. I had to pause for a second and just say, "Hold on, folks. this Bexy McFly, and by the way, her handle was a name that she would use back in those early days, 2003, 2004, on MySpace. So for someone to know that, and by the way, I didn't know it was a troll at this point. I thought it was her. So I was playing it like it was her, and then Charlotte said, "Dude, you should turn off your 24-hour." So I got a 24-hour delay from when you join the channel to when you can chat, just to, clear the trolls out. So Charlotte said, "You should switch that off just for this stream." And I was like, I'm pretty reluctant to do that shit. But then I remembered you could actually change it from either 24 hours to 4 hours, 5 hours, or even 10 minutes. So by the time we'd already kind of got to where we were, 10 minutes would have elapsed. So I could turn that to 10 minutes and Bexy would be able to chat. So I did. I turned it off, or set to 10 minutes. And then I literally stopped the stream and said, "Beck, if this is you in the chat, thanks for swinging by. You're welcome here. I haven't seen you in nearly on 20 years. And by the way, it was a terrible bust up. Some of it on me, a hell of a lot of it on her. She moved to England, right? She moved to England to further her studies and further her graphic design and this and that, and her illustration and stuff. And the moment she got to England, she cheated on me. Like almost immediately. There was a classic photo on Facebook. Because Facebook, she got me. That's how I got on Facebook. Oh, you know what it is? Serious? I just connected the dots. There must be old photos of me on her on Facebook that the trolls scrolled. The trolls must have gone all the way back to the very beginning of my Facebook feed and seen pictures of me and her. Shit, now I get it. All right. She got me on Facebook, right? I remember when she was leaving for England. By the way, she moved out of her rental and she came and lived. I just bought a house in Sutherland, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna move out of my rental." And her family was way up north in the Hunter Valley. So they were up in the wine region, and she was like, "Well, I've got to be in the city for work." She kind of like moseyed herself in and just kind of like snuggled in and moved in with me, right, for free. So she was living rent free at my place for probably about a month, just while she's kind of wrapping stuff up for England. But yeah, there was a classic time when because I was heartbroken, right? She moved over to England and I was gutted. The plan was always for me to come and join her a few months later. And within about a week, she'd been to the Pasha nightclub, right? The place that I know of because we've been there with Tracer a bunch since. But there was a photo on Facebook she had massive like lipstick smear all around her mouth. Like she'd been out clubbing till the wee hours, and one of the in-house club photographers, which by the way I ended up becoming in Adelaide, side story, had taken a group photo of her drunk, and she had lipstick all around her mouth. Like, and it was friends of my family that said, "Dude, look at that picture of her. She's been getting it on." No doubt about it, right? She's been getting it on with someone. Look at the picture, man. It's her mouth is covered in lipstick. Like, what's going on? Like, why would she even? And that was before Facebook. Like, Facebook was kind of so new that I guess she didn't know that, or she knew, but. So I questioned her. I'm like, "What's with this? Like, you've been cheating on me already?" What? And she's like, and by the way, that's right. She'd met a DJ, right? That's right. She met a DJ. Fuck, I haven't thought about this in so long. She met a DJ and she was sleeping in his bed in London. And she tried to tell me, no, it's okay. There's nothing going on, right? He's just offered me a place to sleep. So she didn't have a house. She didn't have a job. She was partying every night at Pasha and these big nightclubs. She'd hooked up with a DJ and she was just staying in his bed. And I was like, I was in Australia absolutely gutted, like completely floored. And I stupidly went over to England to chase her. And that's my mistake. That's one thing I totally regret. But what that did do, that's right. Holy shit. Forgot about this. I went to England to chase her, ended up doing the sex. And she tried to blackmail me months later when I got back to Australia because I went and lived in Adelaide, and she tried to tell me she was pregnant. That's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that. she tried to convince me she was pregnant and going to get an abortion. I was like, nah, my boys can swim, but not that far, right? They're not coming off that wall and somehow miraculously swimming across the room like that. I don't know about that. And she was like, no. And she, so, okay, I guess the point of this isn't to badmouth her, because like I said, I haven't thought about this in years. And why would I, right? It was just a thing that happened. It wasn't, well, it was life-changing at the time because I was head over heels in love with this bombshell. But the ultimate story is that she wasn't what she pretended to be, and she used her looks to achieve things that she probably wouldn't otherwise. But that's not the point of this. The point is that she came in to my stream and completely sidelined me, like threw me off. I didn't know what to say. I was like, man, I haven't seen or heard from you. I should just add, the very last thing that we did speak of together through email was about, I guess it was about 7 months after I'd returned to Australia and I was set up in Adelaide and everything was happy. She sent me an email or something, apologizing or acknowledging the fake pregnancy thing. And I sent one back just because before that, like there was a series, like back 7 months earlier, there was a series of scathing emails between the two of us. Like, she set up a Facebook group. That's right. Oh, yes. That was back in the days when you could put like hate groups on Facebook. She set up a group called something like, what was it called? It was called something like, I dumped you. I broke up with you. No, I dumped your ass. So get the fuck over it. I dumped your ass. So GTF over it. That's something. I'm paraphrasing. It was some along those lines. Was like, I broke up with you, but yet you're stalking me. And I mean, you could say I did stalk her because I went to London, but that was always the plan, to go over there and be with her. And I'd already had my ticket, so my feeling was go over there and win her back, right, from a DJ. A DJ. So comical. But anyway, yeah. So she set that group up, and she put in that group. I remember one of the comments was, something like, something to do with my sex, like something to do with the sex, like which I gotta tell you was sort of strange for her to say. For her to allude to anything sexual between me and her was a bit of a strange move because, like I said, I mean, I got all cassettes and all old tapes of and everything, right? Like we just kids with cameras, right? So for her to make a Facebook group sort of defaming me and mentioning something to do with sex, I was like, well, I don't know if you want to sort of play with that fire, but anyway, I never did anything stupid. But yeah, so there was scathing emails between the two of us, and then she did send one after that gap, and she said, "Oh, look, I'm apologize for that. It was a bit stupid." And I sent one back saying, "That's cool. Look, don't worry about it. Like we both did some pretty shitty things to each other. Whatever, you know. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well over there. I hated England. I hated it the first time I went there. I hated it the second time, and I hated it that time, and I've hated it every other time I've been with Tracer as well. I think that place is a shithole. But anyway, I've had pretty negative experiences over there. Touring with a rock band in England is just the pits. Once you've been in Europe and like France and Netherlands, and then you go to the UK, it's a complete different game, right? It's lousy. But anyway, she was really surprised. Her reply email was like, "Wow, I thought that there'd be daggers here. I thought we'd still be fighting." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm over it." So that's the last I spoke to her, and the last I'd thought about her, to be honest. I don't even dream about her, right? I dream about my ex. Like I dream about 3 exes quite regularly, but never her. Like she's never even factored into it. It's kind of strange. But so to see her in my chat, and after we'd opened it up for her to talk, when I kind of realized she wasn't going to be talking, I then went and had a look at her profile on DLive, and it turns out she'd began that profile either that day or the day before, and she only followed me. So it was right then that I was like, all right, these, like, for real, the trolls connected an ex of mine from 2003 and made an account with her name and her, excuse me, and her profile, her picture. For what? Like, to get this response for me to tell a story, or to, it's like I said, I don't want to give the trolls anything, and I don't. That's why I didn't address Tim's comment way up earlier. But at that point, what is the point of that? Like, I don't feel anything for her. If anything, it was kind of a fun way to dig out the old Puss Week. This is a magazine that she made. It was a fun thing to dig out, right? And talk. We went and had a look at her website. She seems like she's doing okay. I know she married an Italian guy. I'm pretty certain she went from England to Italy not long after we blew up. By the way, this is a magazine that she now sells, right? This is the first issue. This is like your Armageddon, a self-made print of a concept before it went into mass production, which she now sells online. Probably makes a fortune out of this. Get Pussy Whipped. This is a magazine made for cats, by cats, about cats, no human interaction, all cats. And that's her concept. And she was doing that way back then in the day. Catnip addict, I lost 8 lives in 2 weeks. It says here, I was suckling from a dog's teat. Sabina's struggle from helpless orphan to royal cat. Scratch yourself happy. Can't quite make that text out. Free ping pong ball. Jeez. So very, very creative, very cool. But like I said, I don't understand why the trolls would think that that's a thing. But then again, I don't understand trolls. I don't understand the concept of why they'd spend all their time so heavily vested in what I do. Like I've always said, it's kind of flattering, right? Now it's clear they've gone through Facebook and they've scrolled. Like, how do you do that? You got to click more. You got to click that button. Like, we're talking 20 years of Facebook here. You got to go all the way. What? To see a picture of me and her and then search her on the internet, find her nickname, and then find her avatar, and then go and make a profile of her on DLive? For what? Fucking hell. The more I think about it, the more baffling it is. All right. That's the situation, and that's why I wasn't going to address what Tim put in the chat earlier. I'm not. I know we just spent a bunch of time talking about the trolls again, but I'm not here to give them anything, except when, on the one hand, when they do something as amazing as that and as mind-blowingly stupid as that, then I kind of got to applaud that, right? It's next level trolling. Again, for what purpose? I don't know. Anyway, sorry that went on so long, folks. And if you are here just for the jack, we'll get to that very, very soon, I promise. But this shit happened to me just yesterday, so it's kind of fresh. So just as a heads up, Tim, any conversating about, and I know conversating's not a word, I just like using any conversating about the trolls, I'm just and unless they come back with another banger like that of some sorts, I can't imagine what it would be, but unless we get something that is completely mind-alteringly incredibly smart and crafty, I'm not going to address the trolls. I'm just going to move on from. But that's, yeah. All right. Back up in the chit chat. Where is my? Charlotte Rose says they don't sell the barbecue you are referring to here, Mindy. You're talking about like pulled barbecue meat from a diner or similar. Ah, okay. David Pretty Bread in the house. G'day, David. All the way from Ireland town. How are you, man? Sorry I neglected the chat, folks. I was pretty blown away by that, right? It was pretty interesting. I should have brought up some photos of her. Should have brought up some pictures. I guess I could. Actually, you know what I could do? I could do that. I could open up my Lightroom. You know what I'll do? I'll show you some pictures. Do you want to, hang on. Do you want to see some pictures of her? Do you want to see some pictures of me and her back in happier times? I could load up my Lightroom and see what that does. They make really good barbecue ribs at the grocery store. Barbecued ribs. Okay. Rats, I missed the trolling. Yeah, you got to get over there on the DLive, my friend. It's interesting. What are you saying? Are you on DLive? Who would have known? Hendrik says, if she was a nasty person, maybe it was her. I mean, yeah. I mean, in 2004, she was a nasty person, sure, but it's 2020. We have nothing to do with each other. There's no connection. There's no reason. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, I don't think it's her. I categorically would say it's not her. Faffy Day in the house. G'day, Faffy. Hey. Sorry, my friend. I didn't get to you, dude. I didn't get to you. Hendrik, hey, Faffy. Aragama, Faffy's in the house. Man, you could write a novel about this. Dude, yeah. I suppose her surname would no longer be McFly. That's never been her name. That's her handle. Her name. I was not going to say her real name because when I first saw her in the chat, I was like, well, I almost said, "Is this you, Beck?" But then I thought, well, hang on. She's using her old avatar, so she obviously doesn't want her name out there. I'm not going to go and dox her name. But it's not McFly. Crazy story, Mindy. Yeah. Sorry, Benon. I understand, and I apologize to you. Oh, okay. No, thanks, Tim. Pictures, yes. Okay, let's have a look. What I'll do here, I'll go across to my Lightroom, just opened on this screen. Oh, wait a second. Not going to be any pictures of her in here. Yes, there are. Huh. Okay, how shitty is this for a memory, folks? It's 2007. What was I saying? 2001? It's 2007. So this is not that long ago. 2007, so 2017, 18, 19, this is only 13 years ago? What, hang on, 2007? No, this is 2017. It's only 13. It's not that long ago. It's only 13 years ago. Oh, by the way, that's a skate photo. So bath time at the dank. You know what I should do? I should make these full screen. That's Claudia. Claudia. So this is the house I bought in Southo. Actually, there might be some. I better check, man. There could be some. No, these are good. I just didn't want to put up naked baby photos here. This is Beck and her mum. And I also want to make sure there's no dubious Beck photos in here as well. So this is her and her family. But hang on, what am I showing her family for? That's not right, dude. Hang on, let me find pictures of me and her. This is me and her. Okay, that's better. Look at that clean shaven me. Crikey, that's terrible. I used to love that jacket she wore. Better just make certain. Oh, there's kissing. You don't want to see that shit. I just don't want to. I don't want to bring up anything too dubious here. Oh, that's right. A shoe broke. That's a sad face for a broken shoe. That was her best friend at the office. That's right. Polo. Ado. That's right. Aid came. Yeah. These two. Oh, I remember that girl too. By the way, this is kind of like my first ever like taking pictures. Like, I took these photos for everybody. Oh, Taupe was there. What the heck? Huh. Is that? Can't remember who that girl is. It got messy. It got messy. I can't remember Taupe being there. Isn't that unique? Was that Taupe's girlfriend? Matt Katanak was there. Holy shit. That is bizarre. I didn't know. Wow. I cannot remember this. Wow. Anyway, that's a bit of a blast for me too, folks. I did not remember those crew were there. That's strange. That was 2007. So that means... I mean, having seen those pictures... that could put... I mean, that does make me think. I wonder if... I don't want to speculate, but that does make me think, folks. That does make me think. I did not know. I did not remember. And again, it's so lucky I have these memories because I did not remember that Taupe, Ado, and Matt Kadanak were at that farewell. That's really strange. There's a couple of sessions at Monster here. Oh, wow, look at this. Fuck, I want to go back and start skateboarding again. Monster Skate Park in Sydney. What else have we got in here? This is family photo album time, folks. Whoops, that's full screen. Helensburgh Skate Park. I skated that with Boris, I remember. Got Monster shoes, my birthday dinner. Oh, look at that, styling. Absolute styler right there. Classic. I still got that shirt. I still wear that shirt on the streams here. Ah, classic. What else have we got in here? Skating. Anyway, folks, you got me looking down memory lane. This is not what you want to see on a stream. Folks, let's do this. Let's take... Who did that? Who did that over on YouTube? Faffy Day Fan just became a giver by subscribing. Hey, thanks, Faffy Day Fan. Let's move along. Let's take pause here to enjoy the Armageddon promo. I'm going to run outside and have a look at the ocean and see if it's going to be good for a surf later on, even though I haven't got my rib guard protection yet. I've ordered it, but it hasn't arrived. Let's take the promo for the Armageddon, then let's come back and open the jack. I need it after this. I need it after this delve into memory lane. Folks, here's how you can get my album for free for the month of July.
Welcome back to the, no, not a slightly random daily song at all. This is not slightly random, and this is not a song. This is a video to explain to you the Armageddon and how you can get your own copy of the Armageddon. Now, what's the Armageddon? It's my latest release. You know, I've been talking about the music I make under the moniker of That's Well, we've been discussing the latest recording. It's been taking place for the last little while. I'm happy to announce that today is release day, July 1, 2020. Why have I chosen the date July 1st for the release here? No reason except that everything kind of moved towards that being the end point of the recording process. And I figured for the whole month of July, I could promote this album, getting it into your hands. I want to give it to you for free. That's the thing. I want to give you the album for free. So as of today, and right through the whole month of July, there will be a link that I'll make clear to you either in the description here or in the chat. This is the link for you to go to and to nab the album for free, completely for free. You can download those MP3s and go to town. But the reason I want to talk to you more in detail about that is because I also want you to be able to get your hands on a hard copy if you want it. Now, you may not want this. You may just want the songs, and that's cool. But if you do want a hard copy of the album, you're gonna have to buy it, and it's not like you're buying it off a shelf. I'm only gonna print the amount that people order. So from July 1, let's say through to July 30, right? That's the whole month. That's the order process. So if you put your order in anytime in July, that means you are getting a hard copy of the album, but it hasn't been made yet. At the end of July, I will snap that process off, and if you've ordered, we'll go on and get those printed, and then I'll ship them to you. Now, the cost will be very, very negligible. I'm not looking to make money here. I'm not a musician. I'm a live streamer. I create content. I enjoy making music, but that's not the point of this. The point of it is to have a bit of a laugh. The only reason I want to do the hard copy is because last time with the second umming, so many people wanted a hard copy, and I only had 20 made. So this time, I'm not making them until I know how many are wanted. So if you do want to nab a hard copy, go to that link, do all the things there. While you're there, grab the download. This here is not the album. This is mocked artwork. This is the cover of the album, but that is not the actual album. On the album, there are a bunch of songs.
There was a time when I tried to explain. It was very blunt, but on the right track. I smoked him hard after a bottle of Jack. And what I said I would never take back. But he took it the way that a schoolboy would.
Without going too deep into the details, I recorded everything. Guitars, bass, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, vocals. Now you know Duncan, Buzz Kingo. On certain tracks, he came down here and helped out, added his little bit to it as well. That's all listed on the liner notes in the artwork. Another reason why you'd want to get a hard copy. Having Duncan down here to help out with the music was so rad. It was so much fun. But he's not the only guest to appear on the album. Out here in the ocean, one day I was surfing with a South African guy who was holidaying in the next door house. And after a bit of chit-chatting, we got hanging out. And he kind of said, oh, just curiously, do you happen to have an instrument? I mean, I've been missing the guitar. I play a bit of guitar. He came in, we had a jam, we wrote a song. It's on the album. That all came from surfing right here, just random surfing with a stranger.
It's looking for the dream. Today we're gonna feel like never before. Number 3, tomorrow the same.
Also featured on the album is the handiwork of Lachlan Sheehan. Now Lachlan is the sound engineer with Tracer. He did a beautiful, beautiful job at polishing a turd. He didn't just polish a turd, he rubbed that thing until it shone like Jupiter in all of its glory. Does Jupiter shine? I don't know, but whatever Lachlan did, he made this stuff way better than what it was. Lockie, dude, thank you so much, man. Go and have a listen to this and tell me this doesn't sound audibly, sonically insane. Lockie, yeah! There's also a few cover songs in here. Now, you guys wanted me to do 4 Non-Blondes, so I did that. That's in there.
Sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the
There's also a Pink Floyd cover. There's also an Omnis cover, right? I covered one of my own songs. The rest of that stuff is brand new material for you to enjoy. But that's not all. You know me and music. My favorite band is Ween. I love the band Ween. And so to make this release even more special, I recorded 20 covers of Ween songs, and it's on this album here. The point of me showing you that is, that's also for you as part of this package. When you download the album, The Armageddon, you get this as a bonus free disc. And if you order a hard copy of The Armageddon, you also get a hard copy of 10 more songs by Ween.
I don't know where you're coming from, but I wish you'd go away. And I don't know where you get your money from, but I wish I didn't have to be the one to pay. And I'm not sure how to say.
I've chosen to call it 10 more songs by Ween, but put 20 songs on there to be a little bit silly. But anyway, that's there for you as well. And I'll also throw in some Gives a Minute stickers for those hard copy orders. If you order a hard copy, you'll get some stickers. You'll get 3 things. You'll get the Armageddon, you'll get 10 more songs by Ween, you get a bunch of Gives a Minute stickers. I might even write a handwritten note on there for you as well. But you have to do it between now, July 1, and July 30. After July 30, there will be no more orders. Whatever it is, the number that we have, the amount, is what we go and order. There'll be about a month delay between when they get manufactured and when I can ship them to you. So if you order any time between now and the end of July, I would expect you to receive your copy of the Armageddon in September. That'd be the earliest. I'd say August will be the production, then there'll be the mail out. I reckon September you'd get it. That's why there's the download link to grab the music right now if you want it. Don't come to me after July and say, I want the album, man. You won't be able to get it. You'll have to go to Spotify's and Apple Music and all that place to buy it. This is the 1 month of opportunity. It's July, the opportunity month. Is that enough promo? I don't know about doing promo for my own music. There it is. I promoted my own music. Now look, while I sit down and take a listen to both The Armageddon and 10 more songs by Ween, you guys can go back to the live stream. This is not a Slightly Random Daily song. Just go back to the live stream. I'll see you there.
Oh, shit. You got me. You got me. You got me, folks. There you go. That's the Armageddon. You know the deal. If you want to nab it, like Faf just did, you can get it for free in that chat link only for the month of July. I've just put it in the chat again right now. Only there for the month of July. If you want it, you want to nab it for free and you want to download it, it's right there for you. Folks, let's get into the Jack opening now. If you are here specifically for the Jack Daniels opening, I understand. I always timestamp these links, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put in the chat a series of links. Now, it's going to be staggered because last time I did this, I think the chat barred me from posting multiple links in my own chat. So I'm going to stagger this, but what I'm putting in the chat now, if you're watching the rerun or you're here and you want to see different openings, they're timestamp links to whenever we've opened a Jack on the stream, beginning with the 1907, the Australian only release. That's happening on the chat. It'll be happening there for a while in the chat. But what I want to open now, folks, is the Jack behind me. This is a Jack Daniels that Shyla Rose has sent to me. It's something I've never had before. It's something she's never had before. It's something the whole world hadn't had before 2017 when this thing was released. What am I talking about here, folks? I'm talking about Tennessee Rye. This little guy here. Now, this was released in select markets back in 2017. It didn't come to Australia until midway through last year, I believe. It is the first time that Jack Daniels has changed their recipe since Prohibition era. So you know the old number 7, right? That's a certain, they call it a mash of grain. They haven't changed that since they began building it. And why change it? It's freaking amazing. This one, the rye, is the first time they've ever changed the recipe. Now the recipe change, I've got it right there for you. This is 70% rye, 18% corn, and 12% barley, versus old number 7, which I've got in brackets there, which is 8% rye and 80% corn. So the big changes and the same barley. But you see the big changes there. They've basically almost like flipped the corn and the rye. So there's 70% rye in here, as opposed to only 8% in the regular number 7. The numbers are a little confusing, 78 and 7, but this thing here has got way more rye than Regulation old number 7. Now, Regulation does have a little rye, not as much as this, and that's why this is called Tennessee Rye. Obviously, this also... Whoopsie! By the way, I think this is a plastic bottle. Yeah, this is a plastic one. Obviously, these go through the same charcoal mellowing that old number 7 does. There's no difference there. But because of the rye in here, you're going to get a spicy flavor. More spicy. It's kind of, I guess what I'm assuming is it's kind of like a rum, right? I've never had it. I'm just speculating. It could be like a rum. It's a spicier flavor, yet it's still smooth like old number 7, but it's spicy. And there you see in the chat, they're going off there. We've got the 1907 opening and tasting. We've got Tennessee Fire. We got Legacy Edition number 1. We've got Tennessee Honey. We got old number 7, 1 liter. Old number 7, 50ml. And in the middle there, Mindy asked, have you ever had the Sinatra Jack Daniels? Sinatra Select. Now, I have had a mouthful of it. I was in Adelaide with James Emming, Drumzilla, in the chat on DLive, and he had a bottle that he'd got for his wedding anniversary, and he kept a little splash for me. So I've tried it, but I've never had a bottle. One day, like I said, here on these streams, every 10 streams, there'll be a special bottle of Jack, and that does mean at some point there will be Sinatra Select up there. Red Dog Saloon also we've opened. Now, what I said before about this was released in 2017. It's now pretty much available globally. You can pretty much get it anywhere. But it was only available in select markets as they kind of rolled this thing out. I guess it's kind of like the Apple There's Tennessee. They call it Tennessee apple. Yeah, and we don't get that yet in Australia, but it's out in the UK and it's out in America, of course. So and also a little more pop, right? 40% alcohol by volume versus 37 with old number 7. So this thing is gonna, it's not quite a Tennessee taster at 50%. 45% is still a fair amount, right? A fair amount. So what I'm gonna do here, folks, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna have one like this as a neat, then I'm gonna try one with ice. So Charlotte, thank you so much for sending me this. It's a beautiful looking bottle, isn't it? Very, very cool with that green little, it's all color coordinated here. Very cool. Let's crack it. Give it a snifter. Ooh, hello. Okay. First thing I smell here. Wow, first thing I smell is old number 7, right? It's totally Jack Daniels. It's almost got like a gingery feel to it. Holy crap. Wow. It's like ginger. Well, folks, you know what would be better than smelling it? Number 7 is 40. No, number 7 is 30%. 37%. Oh, wait, no, sorry. My bad. No, old number 7 is 40%. I was thinking of 1907 when the first thing that we opened up there. Folks, the best thing that you could do tasting Jack Daniels is to freaking well taste it. Now, this is just a 5 ml bottle here. 50. So, I don't know why we don't have centiliters in our system, but this is 50 ml, but it actually says on there 5 cl. 5 centiliters versus, well, it's 50 ml, right? So, this will be more than a shot. So, I should just put, guess we could put that much in there. And by the way, that's the last one we've opened, folks, in the chat. We did Goose's Bold Selection 2019. We did Rested Tennessee Rye. And we did Tennessee Tasters Hickory Smoked. That was amazing. All right, let's try this, folks. Oh. Holy spice, Batman. Wow. Yeah, that is spice. Wow. Looks nice in the glass. It really does, doesn't it? Really spicy. What the hell? It's kind of like got a little bitey McBite to it. I'm confused. I'm like, on the one hand, I'm tasting what I know as old number 7, right? And on the other hand, actually, sorry, I'm smelling old number 7. When I'm hitting it, it smells like old number 7. Then when I'm tasting it, I'm getting this really sort of like intriguing bite of spice. It's really quite unique. I'm very interested in this. I'm going to add ice to it. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to open the other two on the D-Live. I kind of thought there's actually enough in there for 2 here, like one on the rocks and one ice. Does it have a smooth or a dry finish? It's definitely a smooth finish. It's kind of strange. It's got like a your whole mouth is like sort of tingling with the spice, but then it just goes, and it's a smooth one. It's like putting on a pair of jeans, but as you walk around in them, they're like, these are new jeans, right? But you feel like you've already worn them. Yeah, I would say that's like a old number 7 rum. It feels like I feel like I'm drinking a rum here. Holy crap. What the hell? I mean, what makes a rum different to a whiskey? Because this is, to me, this feels like it's getting close to rum style. Is it just the rye and the different spices that make rums? I don't know. You're a legend, Charlotte. She is a legend, isn't she? When you sent these to me, I was like, wow. I was looking at these. I actually did manage to grab a bottle. I grabbed the liter bottle, actually, before they came out in this country. So I have a liter of this ready to go for the Jack Behind Me fund. But when you sent these little ones to me, I was like, wow, this is going to be a great little introduction. Now, let me click. Yeah, these are plastic bottles, because you can also get these on flights, obviously. Cute little bottles, though, aren't they? Where's this one coming from? I think this is from the UK. Yeah, and then also 10% refund at collection deposits in South Australia. Great description. You like that description? The pair of jeans. I mean, I'm not so sure what the costing is on this bottle. If you went to get a 700ml bottle of Old Number 7, and then you thought, well, maybe I'll get a rye instead. Are you paying more for the rye? I haven't actually looked at the pricing like that. Given that it's 5% more alcohol, I would possibly suggest just bumping up and getting. I mean, you know, look, I drink whiskey because I like it, but I also want to get pissed, right? So if you can drink a little bit less of it and get more toasty quicker, why not? That's what I'm saying. We need to go to Tennessee, Ben. Dude, Charlotte, I mean, yeah, I would love to go. I would love to go to the distillery. I mean, the thing is, I'd want to stay for a few days and just shoot vlogs, and I'd do the tour and then try to do some reviews and stuff, do a live stream. I tell you what, next time I'm on a flight and I'm going to ask for a Jack, I'm going to say, do you happen to have the rye, or have you just got Old Number 7? Because this is actually really interesting. The more I sit with it, the more I'm enjoying this extra little twist of spiciness. But what I'm going to do here, folks, I'm going to add some ice to the glass. Then I'm going to add some more Jack. Actually, I shouldn't do that. So, oh, no, it won't splash. Here we go. Get some ice in there. And then I'll put the rest of the bottle in here. And we'll see how this opens this shizzle up. And then what we can do is also, we can just have a bit of a chit chat, I suppose. If you really want to have a chat about something, by all means, go ahead. I guess this will kind of wrap up the Jack opening. So if you're just here for the Jack Daniels and you're watching the rerun, I'm just going to sit here and sip it on the rocks here now and talk with the chat. But if you wanted to, yeah, again, if you wanted to see any of the previous Jacks we've opened, they're all up there for you. I know the area well. I need to go home for a bit. Is it close to your home? Is it, Charlotte? Is your home? No, you're in Virginia, aren't you? 30 cents for a 3,000 kilometer round trip. You mean the to get the bottle? No, I just meant like if I was on a flight, because I normally just say, oh, can I get a couple of bottles of Jack? They always fly Emirates, and Emirates are like, sure thing, sir, and they come back with two of these, right? And I just hit one straight off the bat. I get 2 bottles and 1 can of Coke, and I hit one straight off the bat, and then I say, ding, can I get another 2? And they're like, sure, sir. And then the next time they say, oh, you sure you want any more of that, sir? And I'll be like, if I have 2 more, I'm going to be asleep. So that's the plan. Like you won't see me again. I'll be asleep after this too. So, and they're like, okay, so we'll and they also bring you they bring you chips and stuff too. They're like, oh, we don't want this guy to get too twisted. But realistically, four of these is like, well, that's 400 mils. So that's about what I would take off a bottle if I was drinking at home. If I was sitting at home watching a movie, I'd probably have half a bottle, and a bottle's 700 mils. And usually I go a little more than half. So that's about 4 of them. I'm in Virginia, right? But I'm on the Tennessee border. Gotcha. The cufflinks and the Jack tasting on point. I can see why you do it. Exactly, Charlotte. I love getting these out. You know, once every 10 streams, once every 10 weeks, I put this green shirt on. You go back and look at any of those Jack openings. They're all in the same shirt with cufflinks, different cufflinks. And by the way, opening this up with ice, wow. It's even smoother now. That's taken away. Remember I said before, it's like that spicy tingling? That's taken that away. In this now feels like old number 7 in a weird way. Yeah, wow. Very, very, very cool. Very interesting to take that edge off it. Aerogamer says 30 cents for a 3,000 kilometer round trip to South Australia. Not sure what you mean there, Aerogamer. What's that in regards to? Is that how cheap air flights are for? Is that what you're saying? Air flights are going for that cheap? Is that what you're saying? Flights on planes are 30 cents? I mean, Aero, if that's what you're saying, let me just do a quick news search for that. Airfares, Australia. Is that what you're saying? 30 cent airfares? Guess I should put 30 cent airfares. What's going on with that? $30 airfares? The bottle reef. Ah, crikey. The bottle refund. So you get 10 cent. So if I was to drop this off at a recycled department in South Australia, I'd get 30 cents, 10 cents. 288 cases overnight. I know, Sharla. Holy shit. Should we have a quick look at that? Should we have a quick look at a news report? Actually, you know what? I kind of don't want to risk this stream getting flagged just because it's a Jack one. So I was going to play a news report, but I won't. But I guess we can look at... We can just do COVID Victoria. Just for a new, we can read the news, but I don't want to play a video just in case I get dinged. Department of Health and Human Services Victoria 35 minutes ago. Here's their latest COVID update. There's a bottle refund in Nowra. I mean to be honest, I actually keep the empties. So I think I've told you this before. I'm definitely told you this before. So Charlotte sent me 4 of these, so I'll open 2 more on the stream later on, but I'm going to keep 1 full and 1 empty. And that's what I've done with every Jack bottle I've had. I've got 1 full one and 1 empty. The full one is kind of like, I guess it's like a keepsake or a, I don't know, like just like a collector. But ultimately, I think it's going to all go to Baxter when I get, maybe when I turn 50, I might open them. I don't know. But at this stage, I've got 1 of each that's going to stay with me. The other 2 empties I'll throw in the bin, but I'm keeping 1 of each. And also, I've kept the Charlotte Rose when you sent me the Gentleman Jack with the gives a minute on the front. I've kept that, and I also kept the old number, the gold 27 bottle that you sent, just because even though I haven't got a full one, it looks different. That bottle is different. If you look on the website, the bottle that you bought for me, it looks different. I don't know what they've done. Have they changed it? But it's different. Sorry, let's have a look here. So what's new? This is 35 minutes ago. As of the 10th of July, 2020, the total number of COVID-19 cases in Victoria is 3,379 with 288 new cases since yesterday's report. The overall total, make that large. The overall total has increased by 281 with 7 cases reclassified, largely due to duplication. Of the new cases, 26 are linked to outbreaks, and 262 remain under investigation. No case has been detected in a returned traveler in hotel quarantine. That's good. That's good to know. That bottle was beautiful. Did you have one too, Charlotte? Did you have one as well at the same time? That was really, really nice of you. That was an incredible gift. Actually, I should pick up 2 of those now. They're on special at Dan Murphy's for a member's price. I should grab 2 of those, actually. 47 people are in hospital, including 12 patients in intensive care. 22 people have died. No increase since yesterday's report. 2,183 have recovered. Of the total cases, 3,002 are from metropolitan Melbourne and 272 are from regional Vic. Wow, more than 1,068,000 test results have been received. Here's the stay-at-home directions. The Victorian government has announced stay-at-home directions for metropolitan Melbourne and Mitchell Shire. Okay, the area returning to stage 3 stay-at-home restrictions is comprised of 31 suburbs. For 6 weeks, people who live in these areas are only allowed to go out for 4 reasons: shopping for food, healthcare and caregiving, exercise, and study or work. I mean, you could theoretically, like if you're getting busted, you could say, I'm waiting for a mate, right? You could pull that line. I'm waiting for a mate. I'm shopping for food. I'm about to go and exercise. Charlotte says, nope, only you have had it and the same as the Rye. Okay, well then, Charlotte, you should get one for yourself. You should get one for yourself. But then again, you did have the High Angel share, which I got to try to find. You said you got the last one in Australia. I gotta try to find that. Limited edition. You know, if we went to the distillery, we could go and get them straight away. Current advice to clinicians: practitioners should test any patient who meets the clinical criteria below. Fever or chills in the absence of an alternative diagnosis. Acute respiratory infection, coughing, sore throat, shortness of breath, runny nose, anosmia. Interesting. Key messages for the community. If you feel unwell with any symptoms of coronavirus, however mild, you should stay home and get tested. Get tested in your home now. Okay. So this has changed. See, when wave 1 hit, they were telling us only go and get tested if you have respiratory issues. If you feel like you've got a cold, stay put. Don't move. If you feel like you've got a cold and you have respiratory issues where you can't breathe correctly, go immediately and get tested. Now they're saying if you have any symptoms, however mild, you should stay home and get tested. Okay. If you have any fever, chills, cough, sore throat, shortness of breath, runny nose, loss of sense or smell, stay home, don't go into work, and don't visit friends. Get tested and stay at home until you get the result. Interesting. Some guy claimed he was exercising sitting on a bench eating a kebab. What's he exercising at that point? He's exercising his right to eat a kebab. Not anymore. Williamstown High emailed saying they're expecting Year 11 and Year 12 to go to school as normal on Monday. Interesting. Folks, I'm going to wrap this up here unless anyone has anything they want to add to the stream. Are you guys cool if we wrap things up? I would like to go and buy some Coke for this D-Live extravaganza when we tap into some more of this. I'm going to have 2 of these on the D-Live. That's 100 mils. That's going to be fun. But I think we're good, right? We're good here to wrap things up. Is anybody else have anything they want to offer? I don't know. I feel like this is... by the way, I'm loving these better format streams. I really like this concept of just hanging out, chewing the shit, having some fun, and then asking you guys, got anything on your mind, or you want to wrap it up? I love it. I love this. Very cool. And also, that means tomorrow there'll be a fresh bottle. What do you think the next bottle's going to be? Any clues? Any ideas of what you think that's going to be? Aero Gamer says, my son is in Year 8 there. He is off next week. He's off school, but they're expecting Year 11 and Year 12 to go to school. Interesting. Wrap it up, Mindy. I like that. Thank you, Mindy. I like the idea. Wrap it up. Well, folks, we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this Tennessee Rye. Thank you again, Charla Rose, for supplying it for the stream. All good to wrap. Great stream. Thank you very much. Folks, I guess I can hear the outro music cruising in. Hopefully this isn't as long as yesterday. I think I've tweaked it a little bit more precise. See you all on D-Live when we enjoy more of the Tennessee Rye. Have a pleasant day, you beautiful people. Thank you again, Charla.